What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and welcome to the final Marvel Avengers Alliance episode of Team Spotlight. I really love the name of this one. It's going to be the Duck Dynasty, and although they're not the most powerful team-up of all time, the name that I thought of when they first came out, I just could not shake it. And you know what? Even though we had a difficult time with them when they first came out, as in, Howard the Duck I think was relatively new, but it was actually Squirrel Girl's cosplay outfit that was the newest. And when that came out, they just were not viable. They got thrashed in PvP. It bummed me out, but it made me not want to make their team Spotlight. Even though, yes, this series isn't about the most powerful teams necessarily. It's usually about a common theme. And certainly, Duck Dynasty has a theme. Now in this one, as always, we're taking on a villain in the villain archive. And I haven't switched over my agent to what he's going to be using. But still, we're getting a sense of what this team is. And it's really straightforward. I mean, we have two ducks. Sadly, our agent never got a duck getup. Imagine him with a bill. Seriously, I would have paid for that. But you know, besides the fact that he never got to be an honorary duck, at least in looks, and putting aside the awesome team name, what you may not believe is, these ducks are actually viable in PvP. That's right, it blew me away too. In this crazy mixed up meta we have, with some really overpowered characters, somehow Duck Dynasty can actually win. Don't believe me? Well, let's take a look. So first we're facing Adam Warlock and White Tiger. Possibly the two most overpowered characters in the game. White Tiger certainly is. Now we do have Squirrel Girl as a scrapper, and then of course Howard the Duck is a tactician. We could have them both as tacticians, but we wanted to change it up. Besides that, there is the fact that we have the Close Quarters Champion in Powered ISO 8, which says gains rising up when attacked by an enemy melee attack, and single target attacks gain Finest Hour, which will also work very well with Howard, who has the Neurotripe. Then the other E-ISO we're using is Master Fighter. Melee attacks increase attack and defense and stacks up to 10. So we'll see how that goes. As for our opening barrage, we're going to do, well, kind of minimal damage to White Tiger, but in the end, she is a little bit hurt. Though on her turn, remember, she restores health and stamina. So she's going to get some of it back. She's that good, what can I say? Fortunately, we are going to interrupt her with the Cosmic Decimator. So that's going to be the end of her turn, and our agent gets an immediate action. With that, we of course have to use our free action, so that's going to put a shield on us. And the Radiant Shield says, absorbs incoming damage, significantly reduces damage taken, and prevents debuffs while active. It's one of the most impressive free actions there is. Then following that, we're going to use the Golden Sextant, which should be awesome with this team. It's a quick action so we can then attack as well. And we're going right after White Tiger. So here's a Cosmic Decimator. And we'll follow up with the Terminating Javelin, knocking her out. Now I'm not going to lie, with her down, I would think we're going to win this. She was definitely the biggest threat. However, Adam Warlock, I think we all know is a powerhouse as well. We made 2 videos on him, so hopefully you caught those. If not, just go ahead and look for the last one at least. But the one prior to that had him and White Tiger. So this exact team, and you can see just how vicious it can be. In fact, it's nearly unbeatable. Definitely on offense. Now, Howard also has a free action and a quick action, actually 2 quick actions. But we're going to use the Neurotripe here. Then for his actual attack, we're going to use Quack Fu on the enemy agent. And we will follow it up with an Eat My Glove. This actually causes incapacitation, so he has to skip his turn. See, the Dynasty is working out perfectly. They really can handle the meta somehow. On my agent's turn, we're going to use Invigorating Charge and give them an even bigger boost. And I think they're going to be doing some scary damage after this. Okay, well, Squirrel Girl protects and counters. And then she has plenty of buffs. So on her turn, We're going to definitely use her level 9, but just to let you know, she first of all has Hard Nut to Quack. Then she also has Ducks in a Row. So Hard Nut to Quack says protects allies from single target attacks and has a high chance to take reduced damage when attacked because Squirrel Girl. Ducks in a Row says all allies have a chance to follow up after each other's single target attacks if Howard the Duck is present. So of course, as we assume, they have great synergy. They also apparently can deal some damage together, especially with the right setup. Now Adam Warlock's going to come back, but that's only once. And then we're going to use the Friggin Sword of Hope. It does almost 25k, and the follow-up finishes him off. So who would have honestly thought that the Ducks taking down Adam Warlock and White Tiger? Well hey, how about FaZe Hussein and Cloak and Dagger next? Howard's going to begin, and we're going to use Duck Teeny first. Then we're going to go with the Neurotripe. It's one of my favorite things. Gotta love the name as well. And then after that, typically I'm actually going to use Coulson's BFG as our first attack. And with it, we go after the evil enemy agent. And I do mean evil. Look at that stamina drain setup. For shame. Well, you'll be happy to know FaZe is just going to heal him back to full and use Triage. But Squirrel Girl is going to be packing a punch. She must have got some good buffs out of Neurotripe. Because of the cooperative AISO, we get to use her summon attack as a quick action. So we got that free damage. Then it's time for Nuts to This. And remember, with a sympathetic EISO, you can actually boost that heal. We didn't for this one. But following her Wrath of the Raging Squirrel, she'll get a Squirrel Strike follow-up, and the agent barely hangs on. Come on. You're killing me, Smalls. All we have to do is hope he doesn't somehow heal back to full. Now, my agent has his free action on his turn, so the Radiant Shield is first. Then we have two options at quick action. Just like in the last fight though, the Golden Sextant is great for this team. It may overlap a bit, but it's definitely worth using. So we do that, and then if we can take out the agent, that's going to help us a lot. Unfortunately, he's going to reflect. But you know what? One thing about this set is the Terminating Javelin will always go through. What it does is finishes the enemy agent, but he triggers back for more. And on his turn, he's nearly full health again. Remember how I complained about the meta the other day? Yeah. This is the type of thing that makes me crazy. But no matter, I still have faith in the Ducks. On Howard's turn, he's actually going to get an extra turn because of Momentary Advantage. Oh, and if you didn't know, he's regenerating stamina this whole time. We have the non-stop action EISO on him. So he starts combat with Recuperation. He gains it when an enemy is knocked out, and his single target attacks gain measured attack. So pretty nice little EISO we have for him. Giving him an extra way to generate grit is another great idea. But we didn't do it in this team up. Plus we know Mirror Reality is going to heal, and it doesn't help that we're getting all these extra attacks. But hey, at least it's off of him. So now with Squirrel Girl, check out this damage. A huge level 9 attack, and her follow-up once again comes short, and Field Medic kicks in on top of that. So talk about an infuriating turn of events. I'll be honest with you, I don't know if we are going to win this one. You don't want this enemy team to get this deep into the match and this setup. That's usually bad. And of course, when we finally go to kill the agent, we're going to hit FaZe Hussein instead, which only heals her. And all those attacks are wasted. Even Squirrel Girl's follow-up. I'm telling you, this may be the most annoying match of all time. But let's go ahead and drink that Ductini, then use our quick action on the enemy agent, which Phaza steps up and takes as well. Plus she dodges it. Okay. We can't even do anything now, so we just have to recharge. Does anyone else have some horror stories they may want to share with me like this? Because misery loves company, and maybe I'll feel a little bit better? I don't know, if you do, Post it in the comment section below. I'd love to read about it. We won't even mention that interrupt. Now on to our Wrath of the Raging Squirrel. Okay, it's going to miss. Our follow-up hits, but not for enough damage. Our agent though joins in, and finally the evil, and I do mean emphasis on evil, agent is gone. Then Cloak and Dagger nearly kills our entire team, and Howard's knocked out. Okay, well, we'll come back with the Cosmic Queller. Then after we're super hurt and have no stamina, we're gonna suit up. At least we can do that. Then of course we'll use Invigorating Charge. What I'm hoping is this turns Squirrel Girl into the death machine we all know her to be. So on her turn, who do we think we should try to knock out? Let's go after Excalibur. So we use her level 9, and that's it for her. Now Cloak and Dagger are still going to stick around, but hopefully we can take them down relatively soon. We don't want them getting off another big hit like the one that took out Howard. To be honest, I would love to debuff them, but it's not going to work, and neither is our Light Beam because they dodge way too many ranged attacks. But Squirrel Girl is going to join in, so at least we get something. Then we have our cooperative AISO infused Furry Fury. So we get that as a quick action. Then I can use Nuts of this to heal. And we'll just get some stamina back after that. Sitting through yet another C&D attack. Well, they actually didn't attack, so that's good. We're going to use Abolishing Blast to kind of debuff them. And then on Squirrel Girl's turn, we'll use some more Nuts of this. Followed, of course, by Wrath of the Raging Squirrel. The Akuma-inspired move. Once upon a time, this did major damage. I mean, easy one-shot knockout damage. Now it's not nearly as easy. Still though, at least it's doing decent. I actually do think we're going to win, I just don't know when. Doreen's going to have to skip yet another turn. And we just used Invigorating Charge with my agent. Probably not even something we should have done. Then Cloak and Dagger knock us out, so it's a one-on-one fight. We begin with Furry Fury. Then we'll use Nuts of this to get some HP back. And I think it's all going to ride on this final attack. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. Do you think Squirrel Girl is going to win, or will Cloak and Dagger? Come on, vote for the underdog. Well, actually, she is the unbeatable Squirrel Girl, so I guess she's never an underdog. And she proves her worth once again by knocking out Cloak and Dagger and winning the match. So that is going to be it for this episode of Team Spotlight. But we're going to have another special video very soon. Remember, we're on the farewell tour of MAA videos. So please stay tuned, like, comment, and subscribe. Then until next time, good luck and take care.